Well, howdy everyone. I'm in my grow tent and I wanted to tell you a little bit about what's going on in here. This is a flood and drain system, and if you look over here you can see there's a drain and then there's a flood um, element. These are up on a waffle grid, just so that they can drain. Is this is a tote I got off of Amazon. It's over a reservoir. Now this reservoir is 3x2 tote that I got from Home Depot, and then the one above is a little bit longer, but there's a reservoir. You can see the bubbles coming up from that, and there's a pump in there, and it pumps the water up into the tray, and then the tray empties back into the reservoir. So what I have here is kind of disorganized. I just put these in here. I have a bunch of lavender, and I repotted them, and they're doing okay. I also had a cantaloupe and lettuce growing in here before, and the lettuce went to seed, so you can see I've got some lettuce plants here. I may take them out, I may not. Also, surprisingly, somehow this cantaloupe here survived. It got trimmed back, and apparently there was a root in the tray and it decided to regrow. So I'm leaving it in here for now. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the setup here. So you've got a tray, and then beneath it there's another tray. I put some wood spacers above to keep the trays separated, and have an air stone in there, and I have my pump in there. And then, like I said, I've got my waffle grid that these pots set on. Now these were started in like a 2.5 inch pot. Then they were potted up to 4 inches, and now I potted them into these 6-inch plants. These are I believe they're called root maker pots. I bought them a long time ago. What they are supposed to do is air prune the roots when they come down, so that you don't have any root circling. The plants are doing pretty good. They look a little rough from the transplant. Not really from the transplant, but just because they were in smaller pots. So now they're starting to grow. And so I've got that tray here. I have a fan up above for air movement. And then I have an exhaust fan back here. It has a scrubber, but don't really need that. So this is a AC Infinity fan, and it has a controller so you can control the speed, and it goes out through the top of the grow tent. Now up above here, this is an old cob. They were cutting edge back when. I wouldn't use one today, except I have it. You can't really see much of this because I took the top off, but what they are is they're a whole bunch of chips, and so they tend to spotlight, whereas now, you know, LEDs, they just have a even spacing of LEDs. They work, you know, they're fine. I mean, I wouldn't buy one today if I could, and I don't even know if I could, but basically this is just kind of like temporary. Most of these lavender plants will go outside come spring. I have Munstead and Hidcote in here, and they're varieties that I picked because they don't get too tall. So, you know, I figured they're better for containers, and like I said, I love the way lavender smells. Even the foliage smells great when they're not flowering. So I want to keep 1 or 2 pots in the house, and then the rest will go outside. They're winter hardy here. I mean, we're Pacific Northwest. We can get real cold, but normally we get 1 or 2 cold snaps a year. This year we haven't had any. We've hardly even had a killing frost, and it's already into January, so we'll see. Don't know if this cantaloupe is going to do anything. I got cantaloupes off my last one. This is another plant that I cannot really grow outdoors. We just don't get enough heat. So it was grown indoors, and it looks like I have a volunteer. And I have some volunteer lettuce here, which I'll probably pull out when it gets a little bigger and make some sandwiches. But again, everything in here is on a timer. The lights are on a timer. The pump is also on a timer. Because of the way lavender grows, it doesn't like a lot of moisture. So, you know, it's a Mediterranean plant. It's used to growing in dry soil. So I only water this once a day. I have it go on for about 3 minutes when the lights come on, and that's about it. And it looks like there's plenty of moisture, so I'm not going to increase it. And it's a good way to grow. Flood and drain is pretty easy to set up, and it works. It's real adaptable. You can grow anything in a flood and drain tray. Now you need a tray, obviously. This one on top I bought from Amazon. I don't think they sell them anymore, but it's the problem. You can use these totes here like I have underneath. I got this from Home Depot, and at the time they were about 13, 14 bucks. And they're 2x3, but the sides are curved, so you don't have a full 2x3 to set pots in, and that's why I got this other one. I've got some extra pots here on the end. I don't have this all filled out. I have a temperature gauge here. See if we can see it, and it's 72 degrees and 51% humidity. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple setup, really. So if you want to do this, obviously you're gonna need a light. I wouldn't recommend a cob, but you can find a good LED, like a Spider Farmer 2000 in here, would just crush it. And because the walls are, you know, glossy like this, it reflects all the light back to the plants, so you don't waste any light. Just depends what you want to do. But you can grow, you know, this tent is only about 5 feet tall, so I can't grow real tall plants in here. But most of what I grow, with the exception of that cantaloupe, which was actually up and above the light and hanging down, and looks like it might do it again. Most of the stuff I grow is relatively short, and I've got about 3 feet between the pots and the light, and if I need to, I can dim the light. But pretty simple setup. And I hope this helped you out if you're looking for a way to grow stuff indoors. A grow tent is great. You can isolate the area. You don't have light leaks, and you can control the climate a lot better. So that's about it. Take good care of yourselves. Happy gardening. Don't forget, keep it green. All right, see y'all later. Bye-bye.